Hey everybody, welcome to my channel, and as promised, I'm going to do a beginner's water marble. Oh my gosh, I said it the first time. So I'm starting with a cup. This is just a small little shot of espresso cup. It is probably, I'm going to say 7 ounces, but what also works really well are these just little caps off a NyQuil. You don't need a lot of polish. You don't need to make a bunch of rings, and we're only going to be starting off with 2 colors. And I'm going to use the 2 polishes that are my favorite for water marbling that I have that are creams. You really need a cream if you're beginning, and that is Brave Diva nail polish, and this is Pussycat, and Parrot polish, and this is Neapolitan. And before we go any further, on my nails now is a gorgeous tricolor. That is a 3 color. Here, this is probably changing more right now. Thermal from Parrot polish, and it is called Deception with Promise. So pretty. I have painted just some nail tips because to show you where to dip, it's hard to do with my own nails and stick it in there. It's going to be easier for me to show you exactly how to dip with the tips on just a toothpick, or so I think. So I've painted them with the lightest color I'm going to be marbling with, which is the Neapolitan pink. And since everyone isn't a queen and they don't have a scepter to do the marbling with, and most people don't have 6-inch long hat pins either, which are my preferred marbling tool for me. But for today, everybody's got a toothpick or can get a toothpick, so we're just going to use this. You can also use the sharp end of an orange wood stick. I clean my water off with just a busted off or old orange wood stick, but you can use a toothpick. I don't like cotton swabs because you could leave that in the water, the little cotton things. I grab an old makeup sponge and I put acetone on it to clean my needle with, but since we are using a toothpick, I'm just going to use this because usually I soak it with acetone and I stab it to get the polish off, but I'm just going to wipe off the excess polish with my toothpick. Alright, the temperature of the water everyone always asks is room temperature, okay? It is the same. I keep my water, a bottle of water. I do use tap at times, but generally we drink bottled water around here. Our water is really hard. We use bottled water, and I just go around the house and collect the bottles that weren't emptied and bring them in my room and use those in a cup. Now this water's actually been sitting here. It's dirty. I didn't clean it. Whatever. As long as it's the same temperature as your polish. So if you keep it in the same room you keep your polish, they're going to be the same temperature. Anything that is a nice cream should marble, but I'm going to tell you now, I have learned they're okay to practice with, but if you want to be able to actually marble like a pro, every time you need some good creams. We're going to start with 2 colors. We're going to keep it simple, a dark and a light. Paint your base on your nails, the lightest color you're using, or white if you're going to use a neon. I'm hoping I'm not leaving anything out. So you want to shake your polishes really well. The fresher the polish, the better. You know, ones that have been sitting around for a couple years may not water marble as well as others. Now you can use lacquer thinner, not fingernail polish remover, not straight acetone. that breaks polish down. Thinner is formulated to thin out the polish, not dissolve it. Alright, for this one, I'm just going to start with a drop. Since this water's been sitting here for a while, I don't know if it's going to spread even. Okay, you can see right away, you can see that I've got old polish because it didn't spread all the way out. But I'm not worried about that right now. But you can just go ahead and, like, you know, take whatever you're using and just clean that off. Now, Brave's Diva nail polish and Parrot polish stay really wet on the water a long time, which is another reason I like these indie brands and the creams, because they don't dry really fast on the water. I do have a fan going. It is an exhaust fan sucking up, and I can feel it blowing. So you do want to watch that, and you want to watch, like me, talking over the water and my breath blowing it. Alright, so let's start. You want to protect your fingers if you're dipping your fingers with some liquid latex or tape. And you're just going to alternate. So I'm going to put one drop in. And you see how it spread? Don't put another drop in until it's spread as far as it's going to. See, it loses its opacity. We're just going to do a few rings. But you'll know it when you get good polish, you know it spreads. Alright, I'm going to show you just a simple flower design. Take our toothpick. Don't go from the outer edge, and you want to make sure that it's anchored to the edge of your cup so that it's not just, you know, like floating around on you. It may distort it a little. Normally you would put like 8 rings, but we're just going to do a few because we're just starting. Don't go from entirely from the outside ring. You want to start like in a ring or 2. Drag it through and make sure that you are penetrating through all the polish to the water. You're not just skimming it on the top. Because if you're just skimming it, when you put it on your nail, what's actually going on your nail is what's underneath the water and not what's on top. Okay, if your design's not that great, don't worry about it. You're just practicing. So however many you want, and then if you push in the center, you pull it in and you get rid of the goop that's in the middle. That looks pretty good. So you're going to take your nail and you're going to go, you find whatever part of the design you want and you dip in it. Just straight down. You're not going to do anything fancy in the beginning. You're going to clean off all your water and make sure there's no water floating on the top and you're not bumping your nail and ruining that. And you're just going to pull it up slow. If you see a water bubble around your cuticle, just dip it back down a little and pull it back up till the water bubble pops. The water bubble, air bubble. And there's just a plain old flower. Okay, again, you make sure all your water is clean. And we'll start with pink. Ah, I messed up my brush. When you get better at it, you'll get my problem at first was getting it to drip into the water. And I actually do sometimes kind of touch the water, and that's okay. Wait for it to spread. If you have problems with it spreading out, you can tap your cup or move the cup. Alright, another design that is easy is you're just going to go straight out and anchor it to the side. Straight out, anchor it to the side. And then you can just draw straight lines back and forth. Always remember, you want to make sure you're going all the way through the surface of the water. Alright, my husband interrupted me. There's that one. Maybe you don't want to try it on your nails right away and you just want to practice with something else. Just got some paper from an index card that I've cut, and we're just going to do another flower pattern. I'm wiping off or stabbing the sponge after every dip. You don't have to push down if you don't want to. You can just drag it and then go down after you've done all your little lines. That pulls that polish in. And then if you want to do like flower petals going out, just draw some little petals out. Take your piece of paper and dip it in the water. Same thing, you're still going to clean it off. Alright, another way to do it, a stamper head. So you're still, I hear a lot of, I'm just afraid to do it, afraid to make a mess. Okay, I get it, it's a big mess on your fingers. You want to make a decal. Okay, I don't ever count my rings. A lot of people count. I don't count. I just go, just do it. Alright, so you don't want to waste any. And you want to make decals for your toes. This is a really great idea when you're doing your toes, because, I mean, really, who can dip their toes in Watermarble? And not me. I can barely paint my own toes. So you want a clean, make sure you've rolled that clean. And you're going to blow on your polish a little, let it dry just a little bit. So you don't get a bunch of air bubbles. You can take a stamper head, just dip it down there and pick up your image. Let that dry, top coat it, and then you can also, if you don't like one side of your decal, you might like the other side better. So if you haven't pushed all the way through your water and it looks kind of muddy, sometimes the other side, or it looks good on this top side but you didn't push all the way through, so the bottom side isn't as clear, and then you can just make that into a decal and stick that on your nails or your toes. What else? One fancy design? Let's do it. if you don't let your polish go spread all the way out before you put another drop, I don't think I told you that, it will look muddy and it'll bleed into the next color. So instead of going in to make a flower, you can take them all out. And then in with each one, and then make a swirl, just go around. You got a perfect little candy cane. And go back the other way. I know you guys probably won't do that, but I probably got some advanced people watching too. Okay, you guys, that's all I've got. If you have any questions, put them down below. I always answer all the questions. If you have any other suggestions that you want me to try, I'd be happy to. Right now, almost all the indie brands have sales going on of some kind, and Brave's Diva Nail Polish has an amazing 50% off. Go follow the link below to either the Facebook group or Instagram, and you will get the code to go shop in hers and get some great creams or any of her polishes. She has some awesome multi-chromes. Parrot Polish also has, I think, 20% off right now. Check them out on Facebook or Instagram and get their code. Most of these indie brands, if you just search a little bit and ask, they will absolutely give you, 10-15% off, a discount for first-time buyers. Yeah, they're all great, and their customer service is unbelievable. So go check all those guys out. Please give me a like, give me a subscribe if you aren't already subscribed. That would be great too. Have a great day, you guys. Bye. Oh, don't forget to watch some punny coming up now. What's that? What is that? Oh, what is that? What's that? What is it? Oh, what is it? Better figure out what that is. What is it? What is it, Penny? Oh. What is it? Oh my goodness. Is it something scary? What is it? Oh. So it's been Sam at the door. Oh my goodness, are you scared? What is it? Oh. What is it? What's out there? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. He's coming, yes.
If it wasn't so muddy, I'd take her outside. She loves playing this outside.